for the 9-minute countdown.
Done this before you fall. I won't catch you, don't know I'm stalling. Cause you love to have them all crying. Calling me sweet, telling me you need me. But I'm from a city that's high school. I give them this anymore, I go. Cause you a bad money, she don't love money. She break grass real fast like on money. Wanna swim down to the deep end. Wanna know all my secrets, honestly. Can you keep it real? Cause honestly, I can tell that you're real fond of me. Baby, don't be shy. I can see it in your eyes. I've been running around. Too bad, I've been sticking on your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind. I know you stand it how you taking all my time. Left, right, can you take it all night? Too bad, I've been sticking on your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind. I know you stand it how you taking all my time. Left, right, can you take it all night? Take it, baby, I ain't scared to take it. Oh, and maybe when I take it, oh, I feel it coming down too strong. Cause I want ya, and it's hard to resist cause I need ya. And it's hard, baby, yeah, cause I believe ya. Hold me tight, holding on tonight. Holding a cuppa, get to you clean and proper. Way I move, ain't no weekend lover. You gon' have me on your mind forever. Ever, thanks, baby. Turn it down like a sweet and ready. Go slow, keep it nice and steady. Know that you've been keeping patience. Too bad, I've been sticking on your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind. I know you stand it how you taking all my time. Left, right, can you take it all night? Too bad, I've been sticking on your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind. I know you stand it how you taking all my time. Left, right, can you take it all night? Show ya. Show me the color where you turn me on. The way you tell me you want me down. Lick it off. Why you tryna find the pieces when you lick it off? Why I like it when you sense it when you take it off? And you know that I'm bad. Too bad, I've been sticking on your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind. I know you stand it how you taking all my time.
What's going on? What's going on? A few more minutes. We're gonna jump into it. I hope everybody's doing well. What's happening? What's happening out here in YouTube land? Sometimes I say, "What's the deal? Pickle, is everything kosher?"
I'm here, guys. You're
Dad
not gonna
joke
see
is
me
the-
tonight. You're just gonna see Mr. Heath.
Queen Tracy, the super producer off in the cut tonight, y'all. Y'all know what it is. We'll get started in a few minutes. What y'all think about the music? Y'all like the song?
Drop the questions. We're gonna answer any questions that you have tonight around moving into tech, pivoting into tech. We get that question all the time on our other shows, and we decided to dedicate a night to just talking about that. So here we are.
It's a tremendous Tech Tuesday with Heath. Get your questions ready. What's up, Reality Doll? Reality Doll in the building.
Hello.
Heath and Tracy regular. Appreciate you, Reality Doll. Hey, let me know if you have a question, right? You thinking about tech? You want to pivot? You considering pivoting? You got a relative? Somebody who's trying to make a move? Doesn't know what to do? Don't want to think about it differently? Let me know. Maybe you're already in tech and you want to up-level your game. Bring your income up. We can chop it up about that too. Let me know.
And these are Heath's opinions, y'all. It's not associated with his employer in any way, shape, or form.
They know what's up.
I just gotta say it.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Too bad, I've been sticking on your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to Tremendous Tech Tuesdays with your man Heath. Yes, let's just pause for a moment and remember that all thoughts shared here are my own. I did not speak on behalf of my employees.
No, you do not.
I'm here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST to assist your pivot into tech. Maybe I can help you up-level your income, or maybe demystify your entry into a FANG company.
Wait a minute. You throwing out the acronyms already?
Well, you know, if you, hey, you're gonna be in tech. You're gonna get in tech. You got to get your mind right on the acronym game. Now.
This is right.
Hey, you can ask me anything. So no doubt.
You gonna tell us what FANG is?
Yeah, FANG. So
she said she can't hear well.
Uh oh. Can't hear me? Let me speak up.
How's that?
Turn your radio up. Turn your radio up.
All right. How's that?
Is that better? Is that
Yes.
better?
Is that better, Kat?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? I need to do my intro again then. Let me do my intro again.
You can tell them why we're here on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
Hey, I'm here to help you up-level your income or demystify your entry into FANG companies. You want to pivot into tech? Hey, ask me anything. Your man Heath is here.
And I was saying, what's a FANG?
What is a FANG? You know, FANG actually is an acronym that signifies a group of companies. And that group of companies had been doing so well on Wall Street over the last decade that they decided, because there was so much differentiation in those companies in their stock ascension versus other companies, that they decided to give this group of companies their own acronym.
And they are.
And FANG stands for Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google.
Okay.
With honorable mention to Microsoft.
Thank you very much.
So if you're interested in getting into some of those kinds of companies, hey, let me know. I'll chop it up with you, let you know how I can help you do that.
Just type your comments in the type your question in the comments below.
Yes. And if you guys are wondering where the angelic voice is coming from, that is Queen Tracy, the super producer, who is not on camera.
Not tonight.
On terrific tech, tremendous tech Tuesdays with Heath. But the queen is in the house. Understand.
Hello, everyone.
So if you're thinking about a career, you're thinking about a pivot, you want to get into tech, you're a new college graduate and you're thinking about, hey, I would like to get into tech. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. You might need to hit that subscribe button, because your man Heath is going to be here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST answering your questions. So today I'm going to be answering your questions and talking about some different topics, such as which careers are the happiest?
I wonder which ones.
Spoiler alert. How about tech CEOs are dominating in terms of the highest paid employees in America?
They getting paid, y'all.
Woo, the bag is being had out here with the tech CEOs. Trust and believe. And, you know, if you want a one-on-one private session with me offline, I'm available to do that. Check out the link in the bio, down in the description, in the description below.
After the show.
After the show, and you can get on my calendar. So just wanted you to know that is available. And the last thing I'm going to touch on today is a section that I've called the pivot point. So we're going to talk about 6 steps to self-confidence, which is going to be a key component.
Why'd you name it pivot point, babe?
Well, because, you know, people come to pivots in their lives, right? Sometimes you might perceive it to be a fork in the road, or, you know, maybe that greater power is speaking to you and saying, hey, you might need to change the trajectory of what it is that you're doing. You may need to pivot. So I thought it was very appropriate for these topics.
We've done some pivoting over the years.
Oh, yes. We've become excellent at pivoting. Hey, if this is your first time here, my name is Heath. And I am a cloud and tech sales specialist. If you want to pivot into tech, maybe up-level your income or get into a FANG company, join me here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST. And I'm going to be talking about what's emerging in tech and jobs that pay $75 an hour or more. Folks, let me tell you, there are salaries in the tech space at $185K and up that are going unfilled.
It's crazy.
Due to a lack of skilled tech workers. So let's get it.
All right.
Hey, if you're new here, make sure you type new you over in the comment section. I'm willing to chop it up with you after the show, get to know you, let you know that I am here for you. So let's get into it. Which careers are happiest, y'all? There's a saying that there are only 7% of Americans that are actually happy in the career, the work, or the work environment that they have currently, right? Just last quarter, there were 11.5 million Americans that resigned from their job. 11.5 million Americans, y'all. I mean, the great resignation is real. It is real out here, right? And so,
but that was just recently.
That was just last quarter.
And we know a few.
Yeah.
We know a few. Personally.
We're talking about April, May, and June. 11.5 million Americans just, I'm out, right? Right. And so some people left for various reasons, right? Some people maybe had boss situations. They didn't like their bosses. Maybe they got new bosses that they didn't like as much as the old bosses. Some people felt like, hey, I'm in this job. It's like a thankless role. Nobody cares. I'm doing all this work. I'm grinding all day. And like, I can't even get a thank you out here.
Okay.
I can't do it.
People weren't the nicest either during the panorama.
Yeah. Lots of restaurant workers were like, dude, for that little money they were paying me, hey, I can figure out something else. I can come up with something, but it's just not worth it for me to go back. I'm just out.
But 93%?
This is a great graphic that we have up here, right? And so
93%.
93% of
Come on,
people
y'all.
are not in the role or the career path that they want to be in.
So you mean to tell me you and I are part of the 7%?
We are, apparently.
That's crazy.
Are we happy in what we're doing, baby?
I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy, right? So now my work is stimulating. It's challenging, right?
It pays well.
It does pay well. It does
Mine
pay well.
Mine does too, for what I do.
And there are unlimited opportunities.
And people are grateful that I'm there. They're grateful for my skills.
And you're thanked frequently.
Yeah.
People let you know that you're appreciated.
It's different.
Yeah.
So what are the sectors, babe?
The sectors
where people are happiest. Well, wait. Let's look at these. Let's look at this graph first.
Okay, check the graph out. Right. So we already talked about the 7% and the 93%. Right. So it says 54% of people are happy in their job. Okay, I can see that. 27% of people are like, it's okay. It's work. It's a job, right? 27% people are happy, or they're unhappy. They're just like, they're neither one. They're just like, it's whatever.
So what are the fields that people are happy? The sectors with the largest percentage of happy workers.
Yeah. So information technology.
IT, y'all. IT all day long.
Information technology.
Well, can we talk about why they're probably happy?
Okay. What we have a hypothesis?
So I think that they're paid well. I think they have flexibility. And I'm here, guys.
Mm-hmm. Queen Tracy in the building.
They have flexibility.
Yep.
They have what I say, they're paid well, they have flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
They have I think most people that are in tech are told we like you and we like you working here.
Yeah. And I think even more so now, right, as we've gotten into this race for tech talent, right? And it becomes like it's being squeezed. And so the tech space is not a very big space. It's very common for people to move from one company to another company, and people as you go to and fro, you cross paths, you work with them, they work in your ecosystem, right? There's a lot of cross-pollination in the tech space, and so it definitely is a place where, you don't want to burn bridges and that you want to be cognizant of all of those that are around you.
Yeah, it's all connected.
Because you will see them
again.
Trust and believe.
So you got IT, accounting, banking, and finance, public services and administration. That's like, the government and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher training, education, science and pharmaceuticals, healthcare, hospitality and events management, probably because that's fun. And then transportation, logistics. That's pretty. It's not mundane. It's going to change. She said we sound far away.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, y'all.
Uh-oh. We're going to check it out. It out.
Okay. Just keep talking. We just have to keep talking. Yeah.
Just keep swimming.
All right.
Just
so
keep swimming.
A lack of experience is another ranking factor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lack of experience is, that's a real key for people, right? Because I think what happens is people get discouraged because they feel like, hey, I'm in this role, I've been doing this job, I've been doing this career kind of for a long time, and so what I want to do is I don't want to rock the boat, right? I don't want to change anything. I don't want to have to learn something. I don't want to have to go back to school for 19,000 years to learn something, and I'm gonna get a bump in pay of a few $1,000s. So sometimes people just get discouraged and they just don't want to try, right?
Right,
And
right.
so and I think the highest percentage that we've seen in that is in the recruiting and HR space. Is that 46% of people in that industry have the highest number across all
Really?
sectors, the highest number of lack of people thinking they can change what it is that they're doing.
But what's the other thing?
Yeah, I think a lot of it really comes down to confidence, right? So I mean, I think when you think about, hey, needing to branch out, you wanna get into something different. You really need the confidence that there's going to be an outcome that you're looking for on the other side, that is going to be worth it for you to make that effort and to go through those things that you're going to go through. So I think confidence is a real key here as we're talking about making that pivot and also looking at job satisfaction and those kinds of things.
All right.
You want to look at some questions?
Yeah, sure. All right.
Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me better?
Hi, LaPreece. Welcome to the show.
Hey, LaPreece. So LaPreece says, I'm thinking of switching my career from nursing to tech. What are some tech careers that you can recommend that don't involve going back to school for years? See, this is what I'm talking about right here with LaPreece. This is such a great question. So I think that you having that nursing background is really going to give you a leg up if you pivot into tech, right? Because we have this aging population, right? You've got these baby boomers. You got the generation that's before the baby boomers. You got the Gen X folks that are coming behind them, right, in their 50s and 60s. So I think that what's so important about that is making sure that you position yourself where you are doing something that really interests you, right? So it could be something maybe in the electronic health record space. Maybe it's in the data management or security around the records and those kinds of things.
So if she's looking
right?
for jobs in tech companies, you
Yeah.
want to look in every company has IT, right?
Yeah.
So you want to look at, if you're looking for a job in an IT company, you want to look around those job titles, right, babe?
I think that, let me just zoom back out for a moment, right?
Okay.
And so I've said frequently on a multitude of shows that I've been on is that all companies in this day and time in 2021 are tech companies, right? So every company has tech as a driver of the business, of new innovation, of creating new business models, new revenue streams. And so understanding the tech, I think, is paramount to your career as you move forward. So I think put Sharice's back up there for me, please, baby.
LaPreece.
Yeah, put LaPreece's back up there. And so what I was saying to LaPreece is that LaPreece has the opportunity to really pull her healthcare skill set
I agree.
into tech, but she doesn't necessarily have to be a techie.
No.
What she just wants to understand is what are the things that she enjoys, what are the things that she knows, right? So if she's a nurse, she understands health records, she understands compliance issues like HIPAA, like high trust, those kinds of things, right? And so translating that into the tech side, and what does it take for a company to remain compliant? What does it take for a company to understand and maintain those health records in a secure way? How does the company need to think about being efficient with their spend around the storage and data management of those records? Sometimes it could be from an archival perspective. Sometimes it could be records that she needs frequently, right? And so understanding storage, data management, how cloud plays into all of that, the securitization of those records, right? So that could be program management, project management, storage specialists. That could be a number of things that she could do in the tech space, in addition to really leaning into her experience as a nurse. And there are a number of things that she can do there, right? You think about a company like Amazon that is getting into the healthcare business.
Yeah, they are.
right? So Latrice can Laprice can bring a number of skill sets to companies like that.
Yeah.
And as long as she has a high level understanding of the tech and how it plays into that space, she can create a nice niche for herself. So I would definitely encourage you to continue to do a deep dive there.
Right.
What's going on, Diamond and Lip Gloss?
Love me some Devereaux. Devereaux.
Good to see you. Good to see
said,
you.
By the way, my bills are set up. I can't walk out, but I would if I could. But I would if I could.
Hey, but Diamond and Lip Gloss is already in the tech space, though, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's doing her thing.
All
she
right,
knows.
I see.
She knows
I
what's
see
going on.
it.
But that's a great point, right? About a pivot. It definitely has to do with confidence, what you've done, how you have yourself set up. So shout out to you, Diamond.
Yeah, I pivoted from sales into a more supportive role because I was just tired of the grind. Good. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Hey, Nicole. What's going on? So Nicole says, what steps do you need to get your feet wet in tech? Well, that's a great question, Nicole. You know, there are a number of sources, right? I'll call out a few, right? So one would be something like Udemy, right? You can go to Udemy.
Coursera.
You can go to Coursera. Is there another one that you'd like to call out, baby?
There's a lot. We'll put them in the description.
Yeah, but let's use Udemy and Coursera as an example. I think another one is LinkedIn, actually.
Yeah, they have some really good
right?
courses
Because
now too.
LinkedIn literally acquired a company that specialized in adult education and teaching on a number of different levels. And so you can really dive into there and get you can get a certification, right? You can get a certification in a few months. Something like
what are the easy ones? To
yeah,
get,
something like QA, right? Quality assurance essentially is just understanding how software is structured and when you can recognize defects and patterns in software for companies.
That doesn't
right?
take any coding either.
Yeah, you don't have to do any coding when you're doing QA. So that could be a great thing for you to check out.
And that's usually
right?
remote too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's usually remote, and they pay pretty well, don't they? About in the high 80s and 90s.
Yeah, you can be somewhere between 80 and six figures easily with some QA skill, right? And I think another one is cybersecurity, right? Cybersecurity, I think the last time I saw the statistic, there were maybe 2 million unfilled jobs in the cybersecurity space. And so if you're looking at the headlines at all, you're seeing these hacks, right? There's ransomware attacks and people having to pay out millions of dollars to get their data released and those kinds of things. So understanding the securitization of information is a wide open space for you. And so you can get some certifications in those areas and be off to the races.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for your questions, guys. We're going to get to the rest of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But Heath wanted to talk about how CEOs are dominating and they're the highest paid right now.
Let's talk about the big money CEOs.
And why tech is so hot. It's just so hot, and you can tell by the way they're paying the CEOs.
Yeah. The CEO compensation, is frequently a topic of discussion, right? And sometimes people are looking at the money and, oh, that's too much, and they make too much money and that kind of thing. Look, if I've been grinding all my life and I got a CEO spot in one of these tech companies,
Okay.
I want all of the bag.
Right.
Give it all to
Give
me,
it all
no
up.
doubt.
All right. So, go ahead. Let's get another question.
Okay, let's do it.
Joseph Brooks. Oh, hey, Joseph.
Oh, this is my man with the Atlanta logo. What's up, Joe? Let's see. Joseph says, what are the most desirable certifications that each companies are currently looking for? That's an excellent question.
That's a great
Joe.
question.
Excellent question, right? And so I think about myself and my company, AWS, right? And so when you think about probably the base certification on the AWS side is the Certified Cloud Practitioner. And there are similar certifications for Google Cloud, what we call GCP, Google Cloud Platform, as well as Microsoft Azure. And so I think that if you have some base certifications in those cloud spaces, that opens up a lot of conversations for you. And there's so many companies that are pivoting from having on-premise infrastructure to cloud infrastructure. There are a lot of companies that are using kind of a hybrid model where they have some gear on premises and some gear in the cloud, some services and applications that are in the cloud. So I think that the more you can understand about cloud, the better. The more certifications you can get around cloud, the better. as well as some of those ones that I was talking about earlier, right, around QA or something like that around cybersecurity. So I think that if you are looking to set yourself up for the next 10 years, I would definitely advocate cloud certs.
Cloud certs are the bomb.
Bomb.com.
Let's see. Brian, welcome to the show, Brian.
What's up, Brian Keith? Let's see what Brian's talking about. What would you recommend to get young children interested in STEM or IT? Another great question, Brian. There are a number of things. That you can do. I would definitely do a Google search on some of those kinds of things. I know there was one thing that that was suggested for my kids was, they have like these coding camps. I think that's one thing that you can look at in the summertime, right?
Scratch.com. I think it's .com.
Scratch.
So Scratch is good.
That sort of taught the kids how to code, right?
Khan Academy.
That's KAHN, right? KAHN. Khan Academy was a good one there. But there was another, I think it was a cube. I was trying to remember the little pie. It's cube is a pie, some kind of game, something that you can get them to play, right? So anything that creates some fun around what it is, as it relates to IT and coding, those kinds of things. STEM in general, STEM in general is also giving way to STEAM, right? And so when you talk about just the science, technology, and the other piece with the math, there's also the arts, right? And so if you think about a company like, what's the one that Brendan has the certification with, baby, when he does all the creative
Adobe.
stuff? Yeah, you think about a company like Adobe, right? And so certainly there is a STEM element to that, but when you think about the artistic things and what you can create, this being the sort of the era of the creative, I think that also plays sort of interactively with the STEM stuff. So don't forget about the STEAM when you're talking about STEM.
And don't let them be afraid of the internet.
Yes. Free courses. Just to throw this out as well, free courses where you can code interactively for free, from Harvard, Yale, and Stanford, Wharton B-School. So you can find those courses in Khan Academy.
Right, Scratch for kids.
Scratch for kids.
Yeah, I think Brendan's been doing Scratch since he was like 8. What else? Coursera does have some kids stuff. Definitely Khan Academy.
Yep. So check those out. Good stuff there. Did I just see something over here that I need to acknowledge?
I'm going to get to it. Diamond and lip gloss. Diamond and lip gloss
in the building.
And she did. There we go.
A super chat. Woo! Diamond and lip gloss. I love it. We so appreciate it. Supporting the show. Diamond and lip gloss coming through with the super chat. We appreciate you, Diamond and lip gloss in the building.
Got another super chat.
I got another super chat?
Got another super chat, Nicole.
What? Hey, Nicole. Woo! Thank you. Appreciate you so much. Okay, I need to go back to Diamond and lip gloss though, right? So I gotta get her questions answered. Degrees in the health industry.
She just wanted to say the statement. Tell everybody.
Okay.
Go ahead and read it.
So Diamond and lip gloss is saying that my degree is in the health industry, but I've taken C classes and Coursera to learn Python, Tableau, and SQL.
Love Tableau. That's what I work out of. Yeah.
So this is really powerful what Diamond and lip gloss is sharing with the live tonight, right? Because there's so many things that you can do around in Coursera. And when you talk about coding, Python is a dominant language that we're seeing in the space, right? Tableau is a company that actually was acquired recently by Salesforce. And Tableau, when you get into analytics and dashboards and information that is so germane to technical environments today, I use Tableau at AWS. Tracy uses Tableau at Cisco. So, those are fantastic suggestions. We really appreciate you contributing to the information being shared, Diamond and lip gloss. Okay, what you got, Nicole? Nicole says, will online certification be looked at as less than your traditional college?
That's the beauty of it.
Look, Nicole, let me tell you. In today's world, everything is all about skills, right? Where you're probably in our age group, and where traditionally some of those things that were looked at a bit differently are looked at. Some of those things that were looked at a certain way traditionally are looked at a little differently today. And so the idea is, do you have the skill? Can you articulate what it is that you have learned how to do and help customers figure out what the best outcome is for them as it relates to you applying your skill to that? That's really what it's about, right? Can you tell the story? Can you help the customer figure out what it is that they need to solve for? And it is not about, what degree you have, what degree you don't have. It's about what skill you do have.
I like it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
And then Diamond Lip Gloss says.
Diamond Lip Gloss, what are we talking about now?
She's at Microsoft.
Okay.
And they recognize certs.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Got to pay attention to
right.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's all about the certs, right?
It's
The
all about
certs
the
and the
certs.
skills. So well put. Absolutely.
So we were talking about how the CEOs dominate as the highest paid. I wanted to go ahead and share that.
Okay. Let's look at it. I think that's a great. Chart here to review. When you talk about the CEOs that are making the most, my guy over at Google is killing the game.
Killing it. Alphabet, Google.
Yeah. Look at Chewy.
Who knew? But believe it or not, Chewy is a technology company.
It is a technology company. Yeah.
Liberty Global, Intel, Advanced Micro, AMD. My son spends a lot of money with them.
He's always talking about AMD.
Yeah. AMD stock. We don't give stock advice, but AMD stock is going. It's been going up. Blackstone, not necessarily a tech company, but you got Madison MSG. MSG, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I
more
guess.
entertainment. Entertainment.
I know too much about that one.
But I wanted to say something about that one you just mentioned.
Which one?
The one before MSG?
Intel or AMD? Blackstone.
No, Blackstone, right. So what I was going to say about Blackstone is that they typically are a kind of PE firm, and they're always looking for. They're investing in companies that are going to bring return to their investors, and so they invest in a lot of tech companies, right? So that's just another pro tip in terms of what people are doing.
So I guess something that people would ask by looking at this list is, why aren't the Amazon CEOs on here, Heath?
Yeah. Well,
let's speak to compensation. No, I'm just going to say tech companies pay differently than most companies.
They do.
And they pay through stock
RSUs.
Dividends. Yes, stock dividends.
They pay through stock, right? And so one of the ways that they keep their valued employees that have all this technology and experience is through stock grants and making sure that they are part owners of the company, and that they can participate in its success. And so when the companies are doing well, if I have stock grants in conjunction with a super solid income, I might be more apt to stay around with that company because that company is rewarding me with additional compensation. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will move into, and that's why we move around so much in tech, is because of the stock options, or not options, but restricted stock units.
RSU is a good thing.
Very good. It's a part of your compensation. It's definitely a good thing.
Down the lip gloss to tell you. All right, let's talk about 6 ways to build your self-confidence, right? And so I really wanted to have a section on this because I thought that it was so appropriate as I was reading through the other information about what keeps people from pivoting, why people are antsy about making a move, making a change, getting out of their comfort zone instead of staying in something that they've been in for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? Sort of taking the bull by the horn and moving forward. A lot of it has to do with confidence, right? And so when you have self-confidence, it's really going to help you in so many areas, right? So it could be you're going to perform better. You're going to have healthier relationships. And I think you'll also see an openness in yourself to try new things when you have confidence. The other thing it's really going to give you is resilience, right? Because you believe in yourself, you understand what it takes to achieve certain things, then you're going to have the confidence to try something else, try something new, bounce back from a setback. All of these things can be tied directly into confidence. So the first thing is stop comparing yourself to others.
Yeah, not only is it a thief of joy, it's a thief of confidence.
Somebody preaching out here. Is not only a thief of joy, but a thief of confidence. And that's so true, right? It's like, hey, everybody has their own race to run. I can't run your race and you can't run my race. And so the idea is, what is it that you need to do to improve your situation, to adjust whatever it is that you need to adjust, to make whatever pivot you are being called to make versus comparing yourself to what somebody else is doing.
I want to jump to diamond and lip glosses.
What's a diamond and lip gloss say?
How do you know when to move around? I'm not feeling that confident.
Got it. You know, I think that is such a great question. And from my experience, there's a couple of things. Some people have different approaches to this too, right? And so I'm going to share my personal view, and then I want to share another technique or two that I've heard that people deploy. So from my perspective, I really am in tune to the Creator. And I think that the more you do that, the more you dial in, right, into mindfulness, into prayer, into meditation, into getting out in nature and taking your walks and having time to commune. I think the more that you do that, the more you quiet your mind, the more you will hear and learn and understand what it is that you need to do regardless of what the situation is in life. So that's one thing. That's the core tenet that I use, that Queen Tracy and I have used down through the years. Also, another thing I'll say about that is that in the past, I have had scenarios where I've gotten in my mind what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to do this. Come hell or high water, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And what I've seen is that when I have forced things in my life, it doesn't always play out the way that I envisioned it, right? As opposed to when I'm still and when I listen, when I can hear, when my mind is clear, and when things come to me, when they flow to me, then that is when I see that, okay, that right there, that's for me. That's what I need to be doing. That's the way that I need to be going. So that's how I've done it traditionally. Okay, so you want to say something about that before I move to the next thing?
I think you need to get outside of your comfort zone with the people that you deal with in your environment at work, your close-knit network. You need to stretch outside of that. You know, whenever you have conferences or different meetings, approach those other people and say, hey, I'm so-and-so and I do such and such. I've heard about you and I think you're great because, and then just start that conversation with that high-level executive or that manager in another area. And what happens is they become interested in you because you're interested in them. This technique has definitely worked for me. I reached out to a manager in another area. I was interested in what was going on in his area. He said, oh my God, I've heard about you. And when the next thing came up, he reached out to me.
Yep.
You know, so you've got to not be in that box. You've got to step out of that zone of comfort and say, hey, this is who I am. I like you. I've heard about you. Right?
Yeah, I love that. I want to double click into what Tracy is talking about there, right? In the tech world, we call those informational interviews, right? And I definitely would encourage you to do as many of those as you can fit into your calendar, especially when you're thinking about doing something new or you're feeling a little bogged down in your current role. I think that's the time to really get out there and see what people are looking for, right? Because there's a shortage of talent. There's a shortage of tech talent. You have experience, you have talent, you have something that somebody is looking for, right? And so I think just kind of a reboot into, hey, well, what are other people looking for to add to their teams? Where are the holes? Where are the expansions coming? What are they looking for, right? And so a lot of times tech roles are in people's heads and on a piece of paper somewhere, but it hasn't been published. It hasn't been given to HR. It hasn't been given to LinkedIn, right? And so the job exists or the job is coming, but nobody knows except those decision makers and people who can impact that hiring. So when you're having those informational interviews, that's where a lot of magic can happen. So I definitely would encourage that. Right. The other thing I want to say was that what someone shared with me recently was that you should interview every year.
I like that.
I was like, wow. Right. I was just marinating just on that statement. You should interview every year. And when you do that, what you're doing is you're learning about what is my current market value? What is my how does the marketplace see me currently? What are the skills and attributes I need to add to the repertoire right now in order to be more appealing for that next move? And I think that the concept of interviewing every year, never thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Never been said to me before. I've been working a gazillion years. Nobody ever said that to me before. And so that was a really powerful thing. So I wanted to share that with the audience.
Yeah, so we hope that helped.
Yep.
We said the first thing was to stop comparing yourself to others, and the second thing was
surround yourself with positive people. PMA, that positive mental attitude, is like what they say, that attitude is infectious, right? And so when you surround yourself with positive people, when you surround yourself with people who are pulling you up, who are sharing with you, who are pouring into you, who are being an example for you, who are being what's the word I want? Who are being an accountability partner. When you are around positive people and people who are doing stuff, you winning, right? Because it can't help but rub off on you. It can't help but inspire you. It can't help but give you new and fresh ideas about how to think about what it is that you're doing in your life. So surround yourself with positive people. The next one is take care of your body.
And this is hard when you're in tech. It's hard.
This is one I got to work on right here. Right? Because what happens is you begin to prioritize. You want to do a good job, right? You have a high bar of how you execute and things that you're doing. You want to do what you're doing well. You want to stay ahead in your role. You want to make sure that you're putting the work in so that you're recognized and all of the things that go along with being a high achiever. I think that what's so important is that still building in that time for the health of your body, right? And so there's so much science around how that actually improves your performance, right? It improves your mood and releases the endorphins.
Your confidence. It's
going to improve your confidence. It's going to improve your waistline. It's going to do a whole lot of good, right? Even if it can't be an hour or whatever it is, get 20 minutes in, get 10 minutes in, get 30 minutes in, whatever you can do every day to get your body moving, right? And if you're in tech and places where you're working virtually, then you can set your timer. You can do 10 push-ups in between your meetings. You can do all kinds of things. Maybe some quick calisthenics or a 5 or 10 minute HIIT program right there where you are, and then get back into the role that you're doing.
Yeah, drop your questions, guys. If you have any questions, we're still here answering your questions. And the second thing is hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Like and subscribe, no doubt. But yeah, so I just wanted to call that out, right? You got to take care of your body. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you perform better. And so, but we're all guilty, right? We can all do a better job there.
Diet, exercise, meditation, and sleep, y'all. Sleep does a body good.
That's part of the equation too. You gotta get some sleep. No doubt.
The next one
is be kind to yourself. Ooh, let me give you one here. The voice that you hear the most is your own.
Wow.
You have to be kind to yourself, right? It's enough challenges out here in the world. You don't need to be beating yourself up, right?
Never, ever.
You need to be good to yourself. You need to be like, you are that person. You did such a great job right there on that thing that you just did. Look how your day is organized. How about getting back on that email within 24 hours? You responded to everybody that you needed to respond to. Look how you finished that project ahead of schedule. Woo, look at that little award that you got, right? You were grinding, thought nobody was paying attention, and you done got you a little award. Look at that, right? look at that little note that XYZ person wrote because you helped them fix that thing that they were working on and you collaborated on this thing over here. That is just so dope, right? So, I mean, just the self-talk, being kind to yourself is so important, right? So, do your affirmations, affirm positive things over your life every morning when you get up, when you go to bed. Do whatever it is that you need to do to be kind to yourself.
I think our favorite every morning is Bill Winston's Confessions, morning confessions. Just put that in YouTube, Bill Winston's morning confessions.
Shout out to Bill Winston.
Oh, yeah. What's the next one, babe?
Positive self-talk. Yeah, kind of dovetails into what I was just saying, right?
Yeah.
I think what I do is I speak affirmations over myself and my family and my wife, my life every day when I get up. And then I'll also maybe read some scripture. And I find just doing that for a few minutes changes the whole trajectory of my day.
Yeah, walk into your office with intent and understanding that everybody's going to be positive towards me, and everyone's going to say certain good things about me and think good things about me. Think that, and say it aloud. Don't say, I can't handle this, or say this is impossible. Say, all I have to do is try. Just keep reminding yourself of that instead of telling yourself I can't do anything right.
That is how you create. You create with words, right? So everything was created with words. It was a thought, then it was words, and then it was a thing. Yeah. And so I think it's so powerful to make sure that you are creating positive self-talk, and you will be amazed at how it creates whatever it is that you speak.
Yep, most definitely. And what's the next one?
Face your fears.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I call it meeting the storm head on.
Yeah, I mean, what's important about that is typically it's sort of like for those church folk, it's sort of like fear and faith operate from the same principle. And so the idea is that you'll get into your head and you'll be like, oh, this thing is gonna be so crazy. I don't want to do it. She's gonna be tripping. Blah blah blah. Right? And so now you've made this thing bigger in your head than it actually is. And what you'll find is if you just go meet it and talk about it and talk through it, and you're like, oh, that wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, whenever I meet that storm head on, that's what I call it. Meet the storm head on.
Yeah.
Right? Whenever I call it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It usually just blows over pretty quickly.
Yeah,
It's
facing your fears.
Yeah. So the 6 things we'll repeat them for you.
The 6 things that you can do to improve your confidence are: stop comparing yourself to others. Surround yourself with positive people. Take care of your body. Be kind to yourself. Practice positive self-talk. And face your fears.
Right. Those are good.
Boom.
Got another question.
Okay, what we got? What's up, Joe? Joe says, how important is negotiating salary, PTO, et cetera? Excellent question, Joe.
Can I just say something before you start?
Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead to this question.
Go ahead, Queen Tracy.
People that look like us don't put enough emphasis on this. I love that you asked this question because we start below so many of our peers because it's just so important for us to have the confidence to ask for what we are worth. Mm-hmm. And we are worth just as much as our peers are, but we come in lower because we don't negotiate. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I'm going to put this in the description too. Go to Blind. Blind, it's an app on your phone and download it. Mm-hmm. Hop in there and put in like Google Salaries, Amazon Salaries, or AWS as they call it. Put in just see what people are getting paid. And this question is going to be so easy for you. So go ahead, Heath. I just had to say it. I'm very passionate about this.
Okay. So, Joseph, what I want to say about this piece is getting the job is really the key, right? And so once you get the job, there is a range, there's a pay range that salary can come with, right? And so what you want them to do is make sure that they know that you are the correct person. And once they know that you are the correct person, and then to Tracy's point, when you are armed with the information, right, you've done your homework and diligence around, well, what do people with this company, with this type of job,
this level of job,
get paid? What do they get paid, right? And so once you have, the information from Glassdoor, from Indeed, from Blind, right, you're going to have your homework in order and sort of understand what people in that company make with the role that you have. And that will tell you a lot about what comes with the salary and the bonuses and the benefits, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll know what to ask for once you get your homework done.
Can I just say, y'all, these people out here complaining about getting $180,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
They're complaining. When I tell you that people in tech make a lot of money, when you say 185, they frown. They're frowning. They are not happy. They feel like they're underpaid, and they are looking for another job.
Mm-hmm. Now, having said that, look, as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. What depending on where you are in your life and your career, where you are in your pivot and that kind of thing, that might be exactly what you need, right? That might be the blessing that you're looking for. And so, hey, you get in, you get started, you get that job, and now what you want to do once you're inside is you maneuver, right? You figure out what it is that you like, what it is that you enjoy, where do you want to go, what does that company offer? Does that company offer some additional education benefits that you can gain? Does it offer some different things that you hadn't even really thought about? Are there other business units within the company that give you an opportunity to do some things that you'd like to try? Or maybe it is, maybe you kind of target some other companies, right? So once you get in there, you get some experience. Hey, I'm going to give myself 2 years. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, right? And then what I really want to do is I want to go over here and I want to do X, Y, and Z in 1, 2, 3, right? So the idea is set yourself up where they say that you go as far as you can see, and then when you get there, you go further.
So to answer your question, it is super important. After you get the job, it is probably the most important thing. Research it.
Mm-hmm.
You can go online to Glassdoor, salary.com. You can go to, I recommend Blind, Blind, and it's an app. Just download it. It looks like a bee with a red background.
Yep.
And you have to give up your email address to get in there. And when you get in there, you can give them a fake name. It's all anonymous. There are HR people in there. People ask questions like, my offer was this, and they break it down. They break down their offers on this app, and they say, is this a good offer? And people will tell them yes, or people will tell them no, and or people will share with them what they got.
Right.
And let me tell y'all something. It opened up, you know the song, A Whole New World? It opened up an entire new world.
Let me say one other thing to Joe and people who are interested in this question. One other thing is that when you're negotiating these things, Joe, is that you have to understand that the human resource people have certain levers that they can pull, and they have certain levers that they can't pull, right? And so when I look at your question, right, you talk about salary, PTO, et cetera. Well, with the job that you have and the company that you have, that role that you are negotiating, in that role, PTO might be a non-negotiable. Like, it comes with X amount of PTO days. That's what it is. However, we can increase your salary by X amount of percent since you have this use case that says, hey, I need more because I have to relocate, or I need this, or I have a child that has special needs, or whatever it is that you present as part of your negotiation strategy. So I just wanted to call that out, right? The company might not be able to, they might be maxed out in one thing, but they can pull a lever in another thing to help you get closer to what it is that you need. So I just wanted to call that out.
Most definitely.
Cool.
Good evening.
What's up, Libby?
Welcome.
How you
to
been,
the
Libby?
show. You are most
Good to see
welcome,
you. Good to see you
Joseph.
here.
Yeah.
No doubt. No
is
doubt, Joseph.
So important, guys. So important. Well, that comes to the end
Boom.
of Pete's First Tech Tuesday.
Was it terrific?
No, it's Tech, baby.
What's the name of my show?
Tech Tuesday.
No, it's Terrific Tech Tuesday, or it's
No.
Yes, it is.
Well, okay. Let's see what it is real quick, y'all.
What's the name of my show? It's Tremendous.
Okay.
See?
I like that.
It was tremendous.
It was tremendous.
It was a tremendous Tech Tuesday.
TTTs. I like that. I like that.
It was a TQ. No doubt. Thank you, Libby. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks so much for joining the live. I'll be here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST. If you know people who would benefit from this kind of information, please share it out. Let them know. Your man Heath is on. He's gonna answer some questions. He's gonna give you some motivation. He's gonna bring some energy to it, and he's gonna share what he knows to help you out.
Hey,
That's my man. That's my man, Crop 919, North Carolina in the
thank
building.
You so much. Thank you
my
so
guy
much.
Crop, what up?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
it,
joining
Crop.
us this evening.
We appreciate y'all. See you next time. Your man Heath is OUT.